This is how you set up a module in your course. So I've already set this one up. Let me explain a few things. So this gray part here is the module type, or the module. I can expand it. This right here with nothing on it is called a header. I have math, English, Spanish, and second step. Then underneath, this is an assignment, this is an assignment, this is an assignment. The quiz has a rocket ship. You can do lots of different things with it. So I'm going to hit plus module. I'm going to call this April 14th. There are prerequisites, but we'll worry about that later. I want the newest one on the top. So I'm going to click. I'm going to move it to the top. Now what I want to do is I want to add a text header. So to add a text header, I click on this plus, I do text header, I'm going to call it math. The indent is for organizational purposes. So you can see on the background this is indented 1, this is indented 2. You can always adjust that later. So I'm going to add that item. I'm going to add another header, and I'm going to call it English. I'm going to add another header, and I'm going to call it Spanish. I'm going to add my last header, and I'm going to call it, oops, wrong button, second step. Now, because I have it there, I don't need to put anything underneath it, but I can. So now I have all of these. One thing you can do is if these are going to be what they are every day, then what I would do is I would edit it, and I would call it blank. The reason I would call it blank is because now I'm not going to publish it. I'm going to keep it at the top, but this is more for you, and every time I'm just going to duplicate it. So now I already have my headers, I already have my copy, and I just click here and hit edit and put the date, and then when I'm ready, then this little button right here will publish it. So now let me show you on this one that's called blank copy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add an assignment, and you've already set everything up nice, and so now I have, this is going to be for the 14th, so we have math April 14th. I'm going to add item. Now you see where it is. I just move it up underneath math, and there it is. I'm going to add English. April 14th is April 13th. Math self-start is there. Spanish, April 14th. We're going to add that. Move it up here to Spanish. Now, here are a few things that I did. Is when I went in here, I just made a copy of this and put answer key. I put a copy of this and put math problems. There's a few other things that we could do with that, but for right now, that's what I would do. And then I would make another one, and I called it a lesson. So everything is set up right now the way you want it to be done. I would make a different copy of this, and then a copy of this, so that it's always there. Now, The easy thing for this is that everything is here, and you can see the green ones. Those are the ones that have already been published. Those are the ones that were published elsewhere, and I just brought them in. But if I just click on this, it'll automatically publish it. And now everything in the module is published. If I click this, now it's unpublished, and so they can't see these things that are in the module. Now, if you have an assignment that's not yet created, you can just create it from here. So we're going to do plus. We want an assignment, or we could do a quiz. We can do any of these things. We just click on New Assignment. What's that assignment going to be called? And we will call it Math Review. We can indent it or not. We hit Add Item. And now, here it is, and we would drag it underneath Math. We would click on it. And then, this is where we can edit our assignment, just like you did through your other assignments. Click Edit. You can link your file into this and take care of all of these things. Now, one question that you did have is how can I make sure that they do them? So if I go here to these dots, I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to add a prerequisite. So I made a mistake, so we're going to click here, we're going to edit, we're going to add a requirement, not a prerequisite. A prerequisite would mean they would need to do another module before they do this one. So we want students must complete all of these requirements. Students must move through the requirements in sequential order. That means they have to go from the top down. Okay, so we can just click that. The other option is students must complete these requirements. We can click on this, and we can click this assignment. They need to mark it as done, which is what you were looking for. They must submit the assignment, or they must score at least. So if you had a quiz and you wanted them to score at least 3 out of 5, you could do that too. This is some basic how to set up a module. I will be in Monday. I can help you with that also.